All right, all right, all right. How you guys doing? Oh man, we are back. We are back. We are back with the business insight. I know we took a couple of weeks off. You know, sometimes you have to take those weeks off to regroup, to reevaluate yourself, and just enjoy, just enjoy the smaller things. So tonight we wanted to bring this back, and we had the first guest for June. So we're like, you know what? Let's just get the ball rolling, and let's make this thing happen. First of all, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, you guys are amazing. I appreciate the support. The constant support you guys are showing. It's absolutely amazing. Do me a favor, right? I want you guys, if you guys are able to hear me fine on Instagram, drop a 1. If you guys can hear me on YouTube, drop a 2, so I know that everything is good. And also let me know where you guys from, where you guys are tuning in tonight. Let me know where you're tuning in tonight. And and that way I can know where all my supporters are. If you're on Instagram, you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, it's YouTube, Mandarin Notary Services. The goal is to get to 500. So if you're on IG, share this and let's get up to 500. We got to take it one step at a time, right? Let's see where you guys at. Where you guys at? I got One Notary Nation is in the house. I have LaShawn on YouTube. Hey, she's here first. Like always. You guys are amazing. So it looks like Instagram is good, YouTube is good. And tonight is a special night. As you guys know, as you guys know, I take this time out to dedicate to all the notaries that's in the industry. I think because it was an idea that came to mind. Hold up. This is, look, I don't know how you guys be doing it with these lights. Man, this light is burning. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, we gotta talk about the good and the bad. So I started this as a way to give out to the notary community, as a way to show my gratitude and to appreciate all the notaries that is out there, that's doing the work, that is constantly putting in long hours and not being recognized. Looks like the guest is trying to get on YouTube right now. Just adding him. Hey, what's going on, my man?
Oh, nothing much, man. How's it going?
Good. I'm waiting for you to get on IG because the people's waiting for you, my man.
All right, give me just a second.
All right. Oh man, it's been one heck of a week. Oh, yeah. This has been one heck of a week. The kids out here chilling. I'm out here chilling. Let me see what we got. We got Q in the house, LaShawn's in the house, Griff's in the house. Shout out to everybody on IG right now. Look, we're about to bring in our guest. This guy is amazing. He's doing great thing down there in Texas. Look, I'm not gonna lie. A few years ago, I didn't even think there was that many black folks down in Texas. Look, guys, just like I told you, right? I don't know how you guys be doing it with those ring lights. This thing is burning. Look, I ain't had it. Look, I ain't having nothing. It's just what it is. All right, folks. So let's go ahead and get started, right? For those of you guys who don't know me, I know I'm small in the notary community. I'm still making my way. My name is Ishmael. I'm the owner of Matter and Notary Services here in Massachusetts. I've been a notary since 2017. It's been one heck of a journey, a lot of ups and downs, but you cannot find success without getting out your comfort zone. So that's what I always say. So, but you know what? Tonight's not even about me. Tonight's about the guests. Mr. Harris here down in Texas over here doing his thing. So I've been following him. I admire what he's doing. He's always putting in the work. And, just to see another black man in the business constantly doing what's right and making sure that you're improving your business. So without any further ado, I'd like to allow you to introduce yourself to the people.
Hello, everybody. Coming to you live, man, from Garland, Texas, man. It's Gannon Harris, the owner of Rush Hour Notary. Glad to be a part of this podcast. Glad to be a part of Matherin's show, and I was excited and overly excited and ecstatic. Man, the whole nine when he asked me when he extended the invitation for me to be a part of his show. But yeah, I've been a notary for about 3.5 years now, since 2019, man, and I've just been trying to elevate my business, to from here to the moon and back around again. But yeah, I'm glad to be here, happy to be a part of this notary community, and it's good to see other black men as well. Some people that look just like me, who are notaries in this business and taking their business to another level, man. I mean, this is by far the best decision that I've made business wise in a long, long time. I kid you not. I mean, this is the best decision I've made in a long time, really.
No, you're absolutely right, man. Look, hold on. My little girl here, I guess she want to tune in. You want to say hi to everybody? Come on now, say hi to everybody. All right, so now you want to be shy. It's always like that with the kiddos. They want to say hi until you put them on the spot. Look, man, like I say, you say Garland, Texas. I don't even know where Garland, Texas is at. Like I've heard of all the major cities in Texas, but when you say you was out there in Garland, I'm like, what the heck is Garland, Texas at? Is that a huge population? Like, what's the demographic out there?
Man, Garland is just a suburb of Dallas. Man, it's south of downtown Dallas. So it's just a suburb of Dallas, rural. Well, I wouldn't say rural area, but it's a decent area in Dallas and surrounding areas where I live. You got Plano, Texas, Frisco, Texas. I'm probably about 45 minutes from Arlington, where the Cowboys play, home of
Oh
the
yeah.
Cowboys. I'm a Cowboys fan. If y'all didn't know, you
Oh
might see me
man.
a lot of times when I'm in my car. You might see me with the Atlanta Falcons hat on, but I just
Yeah.
like the hat. I just like the hat. Don't get
Oh,
it
that's messed
confused.
up.
Don't get it twisted.
That's messed
I'm a
up. You just like
Cowboys
the hat.
fan. Yeah,
Oh man, that's messed up. That's messed up. But yeah, man, no, it's great, man. It's great to have somebody, another black man, and I'm gonna say black man because we get so many bad stereotyping. Like
yeah.
every time, I'm not all of us, so I'm not saying all of us now, but majority of what's on the news is always negative. So when you see
Oh yeah,
somebody's out
definitely.
there being positive, is doing something for his community, doing something for himself and his family, you have to give credit when credit is due. And what you are doing is absolutely amazing. So that was another reason why I wanted to extend that invitation to you,
I
because
appreciate
I
it.
admire all the men who are not afraid to be men. Because there's a lot of guys out here that are afraid to be men. They do not want to take care of their responsibility. They do not want to man up and actually get things done. So for those of you who are constantly on the grind, constantly doing what you have to do, right? You have to do
Exactly.
what is required. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of black men out there that's willing to do so. So when I come across some of us that are like that, I wanted to applaud you, and I just want to know that somebody out there is noticing, and we appreciate what you are doing.
Appreciate that, man. And same to you too, man. I mean, the things that you're doing in this business and just being a stand-up guy all the way around, man. And hey, that's a good look, man. I appreciate that because, like you said, there's not too many of us out here, like that. It's a shortage of decent brothers, man. It is. I'll be the first to admit it's a shortage of decent brothers, man, out here doing positive things and doing the right
Yeah, nah, you're absolutely right, man. So, what make you decide to be a notary, man? Because out of everything that people have been doing,
things.
you just choose this little old notary industry to hop on. Like, why? I guess that's my main question. Why did you become a notary?
Well, the reason why I became a notary, I mean, in a nutshell, man, I mean, my wife gave me the idea of becoming a
Same
notary.
here. Same here.
So man, when she gave me the idea of becoming a notary, I had been off work for some time, and then she gave me the idea of being a notary. So I was like, man, that might not be a bad idea. So I was like, I knew what a notary did, but I never thought about becoming a notary. So when I took the initiative and took,
Wait, hold on. I think you got. I'm gonna cut you off. I think you got kicked off on IG.
oh, okay, hold on just a second.
Yeah, because I'm like, hold on. How come I'm not still? I'm talking to myself on IG. Look, I'm not that crazy yet. All right, so hold on, folks. We're about to send them another invite. Let me see. If you're on IG and IG's acting up, switch over to YouTube at Matthew and Notary. There's no issues on YouTube right now, so all it takes is just a click on your phone and make that switch. Let me see. Hold on. Man, we have LaShawn. LaShawn says it's been an amazing week. Texas. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that LaShawn's in Texas too. All right, folks on IG, look, hold on. We're about to switch over. If you're on IG, switch over to YouTube right now because we have no issues with YouTube. All right, so you have your phone, right?
Okay, yeah.
All
All right.
right. So I'll send you a request on IG right now. Just accept it, then we should be good. All right, all right. So I got my man on IG.
All right, here we go.
All right, folks. Look, if you've been on IG following and you was wondering why I was talking to myself, look, we lost connection, but switch over to YouTube. I need all you guys on IG on YouTube anyway. So let's get those subscribers up. Yeah. So go ahead with what you were saying, brother.
What did I leave off? Oh yeah, what made me
You were
decide to
saying
become a
that,
notary?
yeah.
Yeah, so my wife gave me the idea 3 years ago, man, and when she gave me the idea, I took it and ran with it. I did my extensive research, man. I did a lot of watching YouTube videos and really educating myself on the business, inside and out. Like I say, I knew what a notary did, but I wasn't familiar with all the the glossary terms, all the terminology and wording and where does it what does a notary actually do with these particular documents? With going and having and I didn't know that you could monetize your notary stamp until I did all of my research that I did. So I did the research, man, and I went through the NNA and got certified to become a notary. Got my commission certification within about 2 weeks. And I
Uh-huh.
was like, hey, I said it might be something to this, and I saw a lot of different, people's videos. I think and one of the first people's videos I saw was Griff's, I believe Griff's and a few other people, man. I mean, I was like, they are out here killing it. I said in this notary business, I said it might be a little something to this. I might need to look a little deeper into this. So that's what I did, and I got some extra training from a lady here in Dallas that she's mortgage professional. Had been in the mortgage business, real estate business for about 30 years. So I know who else better to get some insight from other than Miss Elizabeth Head, the lady that
Yeah.
trained me to be a signing
Nice.
agent. And I really procrastinated a long time for a long time. Um, about becoming a signing agent, 'cause I was kind of hesitant and still on the fence about taking that initial jump. I'd already been a notary, so I was like, you know what? I procrastinated long enough, and then I finally, took took the leap of faith and went and jumped out there, man, and became a signing agent. And like I said, I did extensive research on that as well too. To learn all the ins and outs that I needed to learn, how to prep these documents, what to say, how to explain these documents. And when I got my first signing appointment, I was a little nervous because something new. We're all nervous when we come upon something new that we've never done
Exactly.
before. So when I did my homework the night before, I stayed up real late, going over these documents back and forth, man. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I said, I got this. I said, no, I'm put more gray hairs in my head if I keep on stressing about it. And so I was like, you know what? I got this. I said, Gannon, you can do this. I said, man, you got this. You can be a jack of all trades with becoming a notary, man. So, like I say, I took it, with a grain of salt, man, and ran with it, and this, like I always say too, this business, you put your best foot forward. This business is what you make it. Whatever you put into this business is what you will get out of it, most definitely. Along with anything else. Um,
No, you're right. You're absolutely
yeah,
right, though. Some of the stuff that that stood out for me is the fact that you say your wife was the one who introduced you to it. As many folks know that it was my wife's idea to start this whole notary business. It's like they know something we don't know, man. It's like,
right, right.
man, I still remember to this day when when she came home. I got the application that wanted me to look into this notary industry thing. But look, it's like it's great to have a support system, and because they are able to see certain things that maybe you may be lacking of. So it is absolutely amazing. So I'm glad that you say your wife is supporting you through this. And also, the first appointment, I always tell people the first appointment will not be, will not go well. No matter how many times you practice, but one thing that you did not quit.
Right.
So you went through it. Like my first appointment was absolutely like it was a disaster. But at the end of the day, is you cannot grow if I go into you have to get out your comfort zone in order for you to grow. So I applaud you for doing that, and it is amazing. It is
Yes.
amazing.
That's one thing I always say too, man. With anything, whether you are a notary or a bricklayer, whatever, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable in any situation, in all facets of life. There's going to come a point in your life where you're going to have to get accustomed to and to things, to how things change. And with this notary business, we are able to adapt on the fly when laws change, when whatever changes, because we know we are in a forever changing business with being a notary, and that's just one of the things that helps us stay afloat and stay on top of our game, is being able to adapt to that change when that change comes, whatever it may be.
Yeah, nah, that's true. And once again, I know you guys are hearing this, and you guys probably getting tired of it. Look, how important it is to know your state laws. Because
Yeah.
everyone that I've had on here, every time we had a conversation, whether you're a new notary, whether you're a seasoned
Let me
notary,
change my lighting. It's a little dark in here. Just a
all
second.
right, go ahead. So whether you're a new notary or a seasoned notary, you have to stay up to date on your state laws because you will not find success in this industry. You will not find success in any industry if you do not understand the ins and out. If you do not know what you can and cannot do, whether it's in the notary industry, whether it's in the real estate industry, whatever it is that you are doing, there are certain rules and regulation that is key to your success. And it is highly, highly recommended. That's why you heard, like I've said that, Q said that, Griff said that, LaShawn said that, Samantha saying the same thing. It's important to know your state laws. And once you understand the state laws, then you are setting yourself and your business up for success. So do not look at it as, man, I gotta go through this book, I gotta go through this handbook. There's no need for me to go to the handbook. I can just go out and stamp. The simplest thing, right? As far as doing notary it's knowing how to notarize. A lot of people out there, sorry to say, and if this offends you, know your state laws. Don't know how to notarize. They do not want to take the time to learn. They do not want to take the time to educate themselves on how to properly notarize. And this is why we always stress it. Just follow your handbook, do what's required of you, and then trust me, this process can be a lot easier if you choose to understand your state laws. All right. So it's like he's over here getting his light on. So look, everybody's on YouTube right now. Look, I appreciate you guys. Like I seriously do. We got Q talking about you out here slinging his stem like a dope boy. So oh man, Q is something else. Q is something else. So so what services are you offering down in Garland, Texas? The place I didn't know existed.
Yeah, the place you didn't know existed, man. So I pretty much do just about anything I can, man. Whatever that I can that keeps a consistent flow of revenue coming in. I-9 verifications. When I had someone call me about an I-9 verification, man, I had no idea. Didn't know. I knew that you didn't have to notarize it, of course. But so like I said, once again, I did my research on that and educated myself. Man, self education is one of the best forms of education that
Yeah.
that anybody can partake in. And I-9 verifications, last will and testaments, power of attorneys, directives, just about anything, man.
No, that's true. That's true. Well, as far as the I-9 verification, I personally haven't done any because every time I get a call, it's usually they want me to go out of my city, and that certain company only offering $20. I'm like, look,
Oh wow.
I'm not driving 45 minutes for $20. Like,
No, no, that's crazy. That
you
is
know,
crazy.
so I haven't really got into it, but from my understanding, it's just like you said. There's nothing that needs to be notarized, and it's not something that's difficult.
Right.
Okay. So I'm still waiting if I have somebody that's local that can reach out to me. Freedom Notary saying, "Oh, nah, exactly. I'm not driving 45 minutes for $20.
Oh
Not
no,
with
no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Now with these
No.
guys' prices, as One Notary Nation is saying, nah, you guys, look, you guys are on point. Guy, if you any of you have any question for Mr. Harris, please drop in the questions. Look, we
Yeah,
are here.
please do.
We are going to have a good time right now. So, what have had the biggest impact on your business since you started?
Oh man, the biggest impact, I would say, for my business, the biggest impact would be, hmm, man, I would say hospitals and assisted living facilities
Ooh,
has had the biggest impact. I get a lot of repeat business. When y'all go on my page on IG, you'll see that I'm at some of the same hospitals quite frequently. And
yep.
I call it my little lucky pot of gold, man, because I was able to leave my business cards there. And one lady that was there, she helped me out pretty good, with handing out my business cards to people when they need power of attorneys notarized at the hospital. So that's been one of the biggest impacts of my business. Those and towing facilities.
So-
I got the
Well, you
first
said
call I
towing
got.
facilities.
Yeah, man, towing facilities, towing companies. I was
So talk to
uh
me about that, man. Talk to us about that.
yeah, so towing companies, man, they'll need VSF forms. A lot of times they tow people's cars from apartment complexes here in Dallas, where when somebody's parked somewhere where they're not supposed to be, even if it's a resident, and they don't have a parking permit for the apartment complex they live in.
Oh, you
Man,
one of those guys.
yeah, hey, I'm one of the guys that when they call at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, man, hey, if they agree to my fees, hey, I'm coming. You better believe rush hour notary is on the way. You call me and need your car out of the impound, I will come and notarize that document for you on the spot.
Wow, wow. So it's a situation like that. So I guess I would want to know why would you need a notary? I thought you could just go there and just pay your fees and take the car.
So the thing with that, with a VSF form, is if let's say the car is in, if I'm let's say I'm driving your car, right?
Yeah.
And of course, the car is not in my name, so they're not going to release that car to me unless I have permission from the owner. So what they'll do is they'll give me this VSF form. I wish I had one right now, so I kind of show the people what it looks like. But
Yeah.
it's a VSF form. It's called a VSF form, and they'll give it to you at the towing company to fill out. So they fill out that paperwork, and it says something to the nature of uh, are you the owner or authorized owner of this vehicle? And so you know check off what applies to you and what doesn't, and do you have permission to release to obtain this vehicle for my impound? So they fill
Right.
out the information, and then they'll tell them that, hey, you need to get a notary. So when they say I need a notary for this, and the client or the customer is like, yeah, or the person behind the desk is like, yeah,
Gotcha.
you need a notary. So here's a business card. Call this person right here, and they'll come and notarize it for you. So it was a situation uh, the first time I went out to one of these towing yards, um, there was a lady's flyer on the wall, her flyer printed up on the wall and business cards in a folder and everything.
Yep.
And the lady, when she called me from the towing company, she says, she said, we have a notary that usually does the towings, the VSF form, but for some reason she's not answering the phone tonight. I said,
Yep.
well, it's a good thing that she didn't answer the phone because I remember what Q said last month when we were all on Zoom. Hey, I'm gonna be the one to take that money out of your pocket. You don't want to answer the phone? I will. My phone rings at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You better
You
believe
making
I'm
it
coming.
happen. You
I'm
making it
gonna make it
happen.
happen. That's right. And
Nah,
you
that's
have to be that way sometimes because everybody can't always get to every appointment. That's why that term oversaturated with notaries, that's a lot of cap.
yeah,
That's a lot of
that's true.
cap. It's enough room for everyone out here to eat. It's enough for everyone to go around. And so when I hear that term a lot, I think like, that's false, or like that president that we used to have say that's fake news.
That's true. That's true.
That's fake news.
Looks like you have Miss Shannon saying she just got back from doing I-9 verification. Looks like you have a question on IG from Marie, the manager. I hope I said that. She said, "What's the name of the form that you'll be notarizing when you go into the towing facility?"
Oh, it's called a VSF form. I'll drop it in the comments.
The VSS form. So if you guys haven't been marketing to towing companies, look, he just dropped a gem right now because we all have towing companies in our city. Look, send them your postcards. Stop by there to see if they have a notary on staff. Because if they don't have a notary on staff, guess what? You can take that business and you can be the one that they reach out to every time they need somebody to go out and get these document notarized. So like I never thought of that, so I appreciate you dropping this in. Um, he's going to put it on IG, like in the comment. If anybody else have any question, please feel free to ask your question. Okay, it's called VSF, like
Yeah,
VSF.
VSF. Yes.
So it's on the IG comment. So reach out to your local towing companies,
Oh.
your impound sections, and see if they have a notary.
And a lot of times, sometimes they do have notaries on staff, but and sometimes they don't. Because I went to a touring yard, a touring company from right around the corner from one that I originally do business with quite frequently, and I
Yeah.
asked them. I said, "Hey, do y'all have a notary on staff?" And she said, "Yeah, we do." But she looked around like this, and she was like, "They're not here right now." I was like, "Well, that's a good thing." And she said, "They're not always. No, they're not here all the time." I
I
said,
got
"Well,
you.
here's my business card. I'm available 24/7. If anyone needs a VSF form." She said, "Yeah, we get those all the time." And when I heard all the time, I said, "That's music to my ears." My eyes were like, "Ching ching."
Yep,
Hey,
that's it.
as long as there's a service that I can provide that provides a solution, um, to anyone's problem that I can solve with being a notary, hey, I'm there, and I'm willing to work and network with anyone. With
Perfect.
anyone, if you're in the Dallas area, hey, don't be afraid to reach out to me. We can collab and network any day of the week.
Got you.
Any advice for a new notary who is scared to start? Oh man, don't be afraid. If you're afraid of making money, this might not be the business for you. I'm just gonna be honest and be frank about it. Uh, don't be afraid. The like I said too, the best thing that you can do for yourself is get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because when
Absolutely.
you get comfortable with being uncomfortable, that's when you get to a level of success. That's when you start seeing those goals come off of your list or on your vision board. You start seeing those things happen. And when you write things down and man, they start flying off that vision board and start happening for you organically. Hey, that's one of the best feelings in the world, especially when you can help someone else and bring someone else up in this business as well. That's how I measure success is
Mm.
by being able to help someone else, because that does, that does wonders for me. I love to see someone else, take some advice that I've given them and run with it. There's been a lot of people in this business that I've come across that are afraid to help you or don't want to help you or don't want to let you know things that they know. I don't care about letting someone know that something that I know because I mean, how is that going to benefit me by keeping it from someone else?
Exact.
That
That
that doesn't
that's
benefit
something I
me in
never
any
understood.
way.
I never
It
understood
doesn't
that.
it doesn't pay any of my bills. It doesn't put any extra money in my pocket. So I mean, what am I getting? What am I gaining from that? I'm not gaining anything from that by not helping the next person. So as long
You're
as I
right.
can help the next person out, hey, I am being successful in this business. I don't care
You're
if
right.
I don't make another if I don't make $5 next week. If I'm able to help somebody else make $20, hey, I made 15 of that in a way, because I gave out my $5 worth of cents.
Yep, that's it. That's it, man. That is absolutely amazing because look, if you're a newbie, it looks like somebody Jackson Jewers of Legacy saying that as a newbie, I appreciate this live. Thank you. Look, it's all about mindset. If once
Yeah.
you have the right mindset, like anything that you set out to for you to accomplish, you will accomplish that. That's something I can guarantee you. Like it's not going to be easy. We all know your journey to success won't be easy, but you have to overcome those obstacles. It's through your darkest moment. That's
Hmm.
where you are being defined. And stop letting society define success for you. You have to get to a position, you have to have the mindset where you have to define your own success. Success is not what society is telling you it is. Success is what you say it is. Like if make like for example, if society is telling you, hey, you need $50,000 a month to be successful, and you know for a fact that you feel accomplished, all your expenses, all your bills are getting paid. If you're making 25 and that's your success, guess what? That's your success. You don't have to go by what everybody else is doing. Define your success, define your why you want to start this business, and understand and understand exactly what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Because a lot of people start in this business and they feel like they get overwhelmed. They want to be like everybody else. They want to bring in the same amount of money as the next person. They want to market the same way. What you need to do is you need to understand your market areas. You need to understand what is it in your area, what's working and what's not working. Because what might be working for you in Garland, Texas, the place I never knew existed, may not work for me. May
Right.
not work for me here in Massachusetts. You know what I mean? So
Right.
any advice to new notaries, just understand what it is that you are trying to accomplish and get it done. What's up, babe? No. She's over here trying to hustle me, guys. White girls be trying to hustle their dad. It's like she know exactly when. Yeah, go ahead. All right. It's like she know when to. You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. See, you girls just be. You guys know exactly when to come in. You guys know exactly when to come in and just get what you want. Look, I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody, but my daughter just played me just now, and she know it. Like she just played me just now. But man, so with everything that you got going on, right? So how do you balance? Like because when we talk about balancing life and business and family, everybody just think about the women doing it. But how do you balance as a man? Like how do you balance between business and family life?
Man, that has been one thing that I have struggled with is that balance, finding that fine line, that silver lining between family and work when it comes to running your own business. Because sometimes, I think one of my biggest strengths is me being so involved and wrapped up in my work, to make it successful. And my wife has always told me that, hey, you gotta find that balance. Like sometimes you gotta quit. You can't take on everything. And she said it's gonna be there. It's gonna come to you. So when I realized that, and I saw that, I don't have to take every appointment that I get, and I know that my phone is steadily ringing and business is steadily flowing. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, sometimes I can take a break from it. So you have to shift your mind and shift your mindset to, hey, hit the kill switch right now. It's time to cut
yeah,
this side of my life off and turn this side of life on. So it's kind of like that switch. You got that toggle switch. You have
yeah,
to know when to turn that toggle switch on and off between business and family time. Family time is very important, very
yeah.
important,
You,
especially for a black man. I mean, it's
you
very important to be play an active role in your kid's life, man, at every chance you get.
you're right. You're absolutely
Because we
right.
all
And
know that, hey, our kids are just temporary, but the wife is gonna be there forever. The kids are gonna grow up and leave the house.
yeah, they're gonna grow up. They're gonna have their own family, and and pretty much your kids going to emulate what they see you did. So if you're a businessman, and every time the kids trying to see you, you're like, "Hey, baby, hey, I'm busy. Daddy can't talk. Daddy can't talk." Guess what? As they get
Right.
older and they start their own business and they have a family, guess what? Their kids want to see them like, "Daddy can't talk. Daddy can talk," because that's what they've experienced. That's what they've seen you. That's what you did to them. So that's what they're gonna do to their kids. So
Absolutely.
as far as balancing, I try to do my absolute best to balance. My wife would tell you she be getting on me to take just take a break, go take a nap, just go relax. Because sometimes she knows, like, sometimes I'll be up by 3:30 and I'm going and going and going and going and going,
Yeah.
and like halfway through the day, I'm tired, but I'm still going. So it's like,
Hmm.
it's extremely important for as far as us black men to take the time that is required for us to regroup and reevaluate ourselves because we have so much on our plate, and that sometimes we tend to forget. Look, man, it's okay for you to take a break. It's okay for you to rest. I know everybody
Right.
wants to appear as this strong black man. Guess what? If your health is not in order, if your mental state is not in order, guess what? You are no use to anybody. So
That's
that's what
right.
you guys need to understand. Because once that mental is gone and you cannot be there for your family, guess what? You just work yourself to death. And that is, that's unacceptable.
And I mean, I'm all about the grind. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, if you look at the definition of grinding, is grinding it until there's nothing left.
Yeah,
You don't want to just wear yourself down either. Uh, do the things that you have to do in order to position yourself and your business uh, in the right into the right lane, so you will be able to sustain your business. And like you said, Matherin, you don't measure your success off of what someone else is doing just because okay, they hit a $5,000 goal this month and you only hit 2,000. Okay, I've seen some people that are coming to this business and they expect it to just take off overnight. It doesn't happen like that. I'm here to
yeah,
tell you that it does not happen like that at all. You like I said before. Now I always preach this. whatever you put into this business is what you'll get out of it. So if you put in your hard work into this business, you're gonna see that $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month, five
Yeah,
thousand dollar a month. I know there's a
definitely.
lot of talk about you can make
The
ten
10K.
thousand dollars a month to 10K. Hey, now to do that, you really have to be grinding, and you have to be a preferred notary for quite a few signing service, title officers, title companies and escrow officers. You have to put in that groundwork and lay that foundation so you can have a solid foundation so you can skyrocket. So you can reach that
Exactly.
$10,000 a month or $5,000 a month from this business if that's what you desire.
Yeah,
You're trying to make
exactly.
six figures income out of this business. It can be done, but you have to find weed out some things and do some other things in order to accomplish that. Because a lot of people don't just make $10,000 in this business just from doing signing appointments or doing general notary work. Let's be honest. I mean, be transparent.
Yeah.
There's other things. People sell courses, they sell ebooks, they do this, do that, and when people are busy doing other things like that, when they get signing appointments or calls for general notary work, sometimes they are outsourcing a lot of that stuff. Sometimes people are outsourcing those. So you got to remember, just because what works for someone else, it may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for that other person.
Yep. You're absolutely right. Looks like LaShawn from the Notary Institution got a question for you. She said, "What is one challenge you have faced in marketing your services, and how did you overcome it?"
Oh yeah, she did have a. I saw her other question too. I want to answer both of those.
Let me
Okay,
see.
what is one challenge you have faced in marketing your services, and how do
Yep.
you overcome? Okay, so one challenge that I have faced with marketing is that uh, I remember Q said this on our Zoom the other month. You know, with gas prices being the way that they are, you've heard a lot of talk, or we've heard a lot of talk about going into these title companies and bringing goodies and treats and handing out your business cards, this, that, and the other. Well, a lot of times they don't always take they don't always have the time to sit there and talk to you,
Hey,
so
be
you
careful
may
there.
get
Be careful now. You might get attacked on this because a lot of people doing that.
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong.
Not at
There's
all.
by all means there is nothing wrong with that at all. But in order to save your time and gas, I feel that this is just my personal opinion. I feel that you don't have to do those nice gestures. That it's cool, to do that. That's fine and dandy. Then some people have gained a lot of business from doing that. But a lot of times those title officers and escrow officers, they don't have time to talk to you right then and there. So the best thing would be to do to market your business is to send that email. It only takes about 5 minutes to send that email, get their
Yep.
email contact information, and hey, if they can use you, they'll reach out to you.
Oh yeah.
I've gone to title companies, and handed out my business cards. Haven't had any luck with that. I'm just gonna be honest. I haven't. I'm gonna keep it real. I
Yep.
haven't had
Yep.
much luck with that, but with my general notary business and just Google my business being my best friend and Yelp and having a social media presence, man. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, that will work wonders for your business. Wonders.
Absolutely.
Um, because I've had different attorneys reach out to me, different title companies as well reach out to me, and I've done several signings for different title companies, and I've done lots of general notary work for different title companies as well too. So as long as you are putting into your business what you expect to get out of it, you're gonna get it back tenfold. I'm here
Yeah.
to tell you,
Abs-
I'm a walking testimony.
Absolutely. You're
God would
absolutely
not
right.
give you a test without having a testament.
Ooh.
Without having a testimony.
Look, it's like that. That's and that's the truth right there. And the online presence is absolutely key. So for that one individual who said she was a new notary, I apologize. You have to have your online presence. You have to have
Yeah,
a Google, Facebook, yep, as we mentioned, because what you will start to realize, when you have that online presence, sometimes you may not have to be the one that reach out to title companies. I had a couple appointments this week where I had title companies from different states. I had one in Virginia, one in Florida, and I think the other one was in Texas, who reached out to me through Google. They was like, "Hey, we saw your page. You have great reviews. We have this. We was wondering if you can help us out with this signing. What's your fee?" And I
Mhm.
love when they say, "What's your fee?" It's not like, "Okay, we pay you $70." So what's my fee? All right, here's my
Definitely.
fee.
Oh, sorry.
You see what I mean? So that's my fee because what you need to realize once they ask you what is your fee, they are in need and
Yeah.
they trying to get the service done. And versus where if you're signing company card, it's like, well, we can only pay you $70, even though you're asking for 75. I can only give you 70. But you
Mhm.
have to make sure that having that online presence is key because it puts you in front of multiple, like between custom different type of clients, real estate agent, attorneys, different, let's see, estate planning attorneys, rehab facilities, just like you were saying, as far as going to the rehab facilities. So if you don't have a online present as a new notary, that is my advice to you. Go out, create your Google My Business, which is now is Google Map. If you guys
It's
need
good
help with that,
maps, yes.
reach out to me. Me and QO is working on something where we're going to be providing some services regarding to Google Map and some other things. So definitely reach out to us. We are working on a lot of things right now. So
Oh, man, I know that's gonna be big. I know that's gonna be big.
Oh yeah. Q is amazing. Q is amazing. Looks like you got signed by Dominique. Just hopped in and said, "Hey, DFW King." We
Hey,
got
Dominique,
Ashley.
what's up?
Dominique is doing her thing, so I
Man,
appreciate
she
that.
is. Like, hey, big ups to you, Dominique. That girl, I wonder when does she sleep, man?
She don't sleep.
Between being a full-time mommy and taking care of kids and man, just going full speed ahead like the Navy, man. I know there's got to be some days where she's just like extremely exhausted because
Yeah.
from posting and helping other people, man, she is really doing her due diligence and really providing a great service in this business, man, and just really being a person to look up to for new and upcoming notaries, man. Big ups to you, Dominique.
Or yep. Also, and while we're still talking about as far as the marketing, some of the easiest way that you can market, right? As a new notary, let's say you're just starting out right now, don't have no money, but you have a car, right? I used to say this, right? You know those I can't I never can think of the name. Those chart that people use to put for sale, like on the back of their car. Like if they're selling their vehicle, they'll just write it out for sale and phone number and stuff like that. Use
Mhm.
that. Go to the store, get those chart, put on the back of your vehicle on the back window saying Mobile Notary Public with your phone number on there. I guarantee you are going to get leads. If you don't have
Yes,
a lot of money starting out, don't worry about all the fancy stuff. As for myself, as you guys see, I always have my shirts, the Mather and Notary shirts. I have, look at that. I have a card magnet. I got business cards. Look, business cards are still effective. I know a lot of people are not
exactly.
a fan of them. A lot of people are not a fan of business card, but guess what? It's effective for me. It's effective in my area. People love them. And your supermarket, local supermarket, you don't have money? Guess what? Print something. Print mobile notary services and hang it up at your local supermarket. And I guarantee you, somebody that's walking by there will be calling you. So you don't need all that fancy stuff when you are just starting out.
Absolutely.
All right, just get your stuff done. Just
And
get your
and
name out there.
And man, that's Matthew, that's one thing. Like, I didn't. I had a business mindset from the get go. Man, I knew what. With that's one thing I'll say too is have a plan. Like, what do you plan on doing? Because my one of my mottos is too. If you fail to plan, you plan on failing. So if you plan to fail, you plan on failing.
Yeah,
So always plan ahead of time. When I first got started, I didn't, have anybody to tell me, "Hey, Gannon, go get some door signs made, get some door magnets," because I knew just from seeing other people that run their own business, from lawn care services to nail fingernail techs and the whole nine. Anybody that's got a business that they run, I knew that when I saw that, I said, you know what, I need to give me some door magnets. it just dawned on me. So that business mind frame has always been in my head. I just hadn't mapped anything out. So everything that I had planned in my mind, I just made it come to fruition with not even writing down a business plan for
Yeah.
myself, because everything for me was mental. See, my mindset had already shifted a long time ago, because I used to have my own catering business. And guess what the name of my catering business used to be? Rush Hour Catering.
That's
Rush.
it.
It used to be Rush Hour Catering. That didn't take off too well for me, because I had some business partners, and with the whole catering thing, it didn't take off like we wanted it to. So when I took the step of becoming a notary and getting my business plan in order, man, and coming up with a name, I said, you know what? I said, the catering business may not have done so well. I said, but this next time around, I'm gonna you put this name again with something else, and I said I'm gonna make it take off. And so that's what I did. So when people ask me where the name Rush Hour come from, it came from my old catering business. So I just made
Nice.
it Rush Hour Notary.
That's it.
And
That's
it and
it.
it's catchy. You know, you wanna have something that's catchy too. You got something that's catchy, people are gonna catch on to it, and they're gonna always remember that. And hand out your business cards everywhere you go. She
Absolutely.
said she used the
Absolutely.
opportunity to pivot. That's right, Dominic. I used the opportunity to pivot into
Yeah,
another
that's it.
position.
That's it. And that, the mindset was there. You was determined, you took action, and you remain consistent. And
Yeah,
that's what brought you to where you are at right now. And
consistency is key.
man, consistency is key. So I always say, right, some of my keys to success, it's as I say PEC, you know, the first one, P, is for preparation. Preparation
Mhm.
has to do with your mindset, because you cannot accomplish anything unless you have the right mindset. No matter how good you may be at certain things, but not having the right mindset will only lead you to failure, will only cost you more in the long run. So
Yep.
from P, I go to education. Education. What are you doing to educate yourself? What resources are you using? Are you reading? Are you attending webinars? Are you going to the library, networking? So that is the education aspect of it, knowing your state laws as far as a notary, knowing what you can and can't do. Then the C, consistency, because at the end of the day, you can have the right mindset, you can be educated, but if you are not consistent with it, you won't find that success. Which I'm not saying all of that is easy, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to find a way for you to be consistent. And consistency doesn't mean that you are doing something like every day at a certain time. You have to find Samantha from She Listened, one of her lives, she said this. She was like, you have to find what consistent is to you.
Mhm.
Because if your consistence level is, guess what? I'm gonna do this every other day consistently. Guess what? That's your consistent level. Some people are like, I'm gonna do this every day. Guess what? That's their consistent level. So find what works for you and stick to it. That's
Yeah.
what I would say.
Yeah. Definitely. And another motto that I live by is called DMD. And when people ask me, well, what does DMD stand for? That stands for dedication, motivation, and determination.
Mm,
Because you have to be dedicated in this business to sustain this business. And you have to motivate yourself a lot of times, when you don't get motivation from friends, family members,
yep.
because a stranger become one of your best clients in this business, so don't always depend on family and friends to support you. I've seen that, with a lot of things that I've taken, with business endeavors and things that I've tried to get rolling. You can't always depend on your family and friends for those types of things. But yeah, definitely DMD, dedication, motivation, and determination. You have to be determined to see yourself succeed in this business, because if you're not determined to make something happen for you,
Yep.
because anytime my name is attached to, if my name is attached to anything, I'm going to go hard for any and everything that my name is attached to. Because if you don't, your business is not going to stay afloat. It's not, because if the foundation is not laid out and mapped out for your business the right way, it's going to fail. We all know anything without a foundation is going to crumble anyway.
Exactly, exactly, and that is very key. And there was I know today when we were talking, and there's a lot. If you guys haven't noticed yet, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now. And shout out to Kim. Kim had this reel that she did the other day that pretty much I want to say it went viral because earlier when she shared it, it was close to 50,000 views. Where she was going to an appointment and she had her weapon on her. You know now, as a notary, right? We all know we are meeting all type of people, people from different background. We never know exactly what we are going into. Yes, we may talk to them on
Man,
the phone. We may confirm the appointment. Yes, they have a valid ID, but at the end of the day, we are going into someone else's realm. We are walking into their home. You don't know who lives with them. You don't know how their neighbors are, and so you're putting yourself out of risk. But that's just part of the business, right? So I want to talk to you as far as your take on being prepared, being able like self defense, being able to carry because there's a lot of women that's in the notary industry, and for
hmm
all you women out there, there's a lot of crazy behind dudes out there that's looking to cause you harm, even though if you're even not paying any attention to them, right? So protect yourself at all time. So what's your take on that?
man, my take on that is, hey, I'm all for it because I'm like this. As long as it's concealed and they don't see it, then hey, who is it harming? Who is it harming? You're protecting yourself because just like a story I read on the NNA's website about a lady who was doing a signing and went into this borrower's home to get him to execute these documents,
Yeah,
and this guy, I mean, was irate from the time she crossed over the threshold of his front door. He shut the door, well, actually slammed the door and locked it behind him. You guys, please go ahead, go and read that story when you get a chance. It's on the NNA's website. uh,
yeah,
but yeah, man, he was screaming at her, asking her, "Where's my money? Where's my money?" with a gun pointed at her chest. She remained calm. Kudos to
that's
her for
crazy.
remaining calm. But hey, I definitely say, you never know what you will encounter in this business. For guys, we may be able to handle ourselves, according to your size or whatever, but for women, with this being a woman dominated business, as
Yeah,
being a
and no
notary,
disrespect to your women, no disrespect to any of you guys,
yeah,
ladies.
yeah, with this being a woman dominated business, I say by all means protect yourself because I know, I mean, my peacemaker is I don't leave home without it. It's like American Express for me. I mean, I'm licensed to carry, so hey, I'm all for it, man. Like definitely,
Yeah,
because you never know what you may come in contact or who you may come in contact with. And all that title company was worried about was they asked that signing agent, did he sign?
see, they don't even
Did he
care about
sign?
they don't even care about your safety. They don't even care about your safety. They more worry about if the document was signed versus the fact that she had a gun pointed at her doing the signing,
Right.
and you are only your main question to her. Oh, what did you sign the documents? Like you know what? So for those, because I know not everyone is a fan of guns, I completely understand that. But you need to have some type of self-defense, whether it's pepper spray, whether it's a pressure point, whether it's like a knife, or what I like to call it. It's not really a pen. It's not really a pen. Look, if I'm in the, you know what I mean. Look, that's just one of mine. It's not really a pen, but it's always
There
on
you
me.
go.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If you're not a fan of guns, get you a knife. Just
Yep.
something.
Get you a good pocket knife.
Get your like pepper spray, like anything that can give you some time. Because at the end of the day, right? Whether you go to the signing or not, at the end of the day, if you have a family to go back home to,
That's
at
right.
the end of the day, just like that signing company, they didn't care about that notary that had the gun pointed at her. All they care about was all they care about was all they care about was making sure the document was signed. Guess what? They don't care about you, unfortunately. But you have to care about yourself. When you go out there, you have to always be alert. Always be alert. Keep your eye on your surrounding. If you're going to a new neighborhood, before you get out the car, look around because there's always somebody out there that's doing something they're not supposed to be doing, and you don't want to be caught up in the middle of nonsense, especially
Yep.
for you women out there. Like, you have to protect yourself. I know we live in a world where a lot of men are not protecting the woman, and that's a huge problem. It's like the majority of them, they want to be disrespectful. They don't want to be
Hmm.
men. They don't want to be held accountable, and they just want to be wild, disrespect women, put their hand on women. But that's unacceptable. So for all you women notaries out there, specifically the black women, if you are able to get licensed to carry, I highly recommend. I
Yeah,
highly
I
recommend.
do too. I highly recommend that because I mean the way that this world is now, man. Hey, you never know. You can go to the grocery store and get caught in the line of fire.
Yeah,
So definitely get licensed and hey, protect yourself at all times because you never know what kind of psychotic person or schizophrenic person you may run into wherever you go.
yeah,
And
that
another
is.
thing as far as marketing your business, um, don't be afraid to go. Oh man, I hear some thundering. Yeah, don't be afraid to go into banks either. Um, I was out doing some more promoting today. If you saw my reel on my page, when I was at the towing company, I stopped and was just riding and burning gas when I probably shouldn't have been, but because gas is so high right now, man. But hey, that's one of those things where you have to adapt. Gas
Yeah,
prices go up, you have to adapt. Your fees have to change too. I
yep.
mean, if and this is another thing, and I'm gonna come right back. I know I got off the subject a little bit, but I'm gonna come right back.
No, no,
But
go ahead, go ahead.
this is another thing is that when someone calls you for whether it be general notary work or even if it's an attorney reaching out to you to do some work for them, and they're not comfortable with your fees, hey, just look at it as if they say no, just remember no means next opportunity because when
Ooh,
someone don't pay
hold
your
on, hold on,
prices,
hold on, hold on, hold on. You might have to run that back. You might have to run back. You guys need to pay attention right there. You might have to run
yeah.
that back. Ooh,
Definitely. No. When someone tells you no, just know that no means next opportunity.
that's
Next
golden.
opportunity. So look at it as a win-win situation because sometimes when you tell them, "Oh, well, this is my fee for doing this power of attorney," or this is my fee for doing this last will and testament, and say, "Oh, well, that's a little expensive." Just say, hey, you're more than welcome to shop around. Be nice, be cordial, and keep it moving. I mean, because when that particular person won't pay your prices, just know that there is someone else who will.
Yep.
And I saw this quote that said, it said something to the nature of something about your prices are too expensive, and it says something about, well, hey, I could charge more, and that's just the thing. I mean, a lot of people, we shop around all the time. When you're a consumer, you shop
Yes.
around, and you want to find the best deal, and that's with anybody. But I get a lot of people that say that have told me before when I first became a notary, "Hey, you're not charging enough, man. You're cheap." I'm like, I did some looking and some searching. I was like, you know what? I said I gotta up those
It's time
fees if
to
I
get
want
out.
to see these numbers change in my back
Got you.
office when I'm doing
Mhm.
my back office work.
You're right.
But
You're right,
yeah,
man. It's just one of those things because just like you said, somebody else not willing to pay. There's always that one person. Because I've had people who call me, let's say for the same documents, right? I give them price. One would say that's too expensive. Then I have a next person call me. Oh, so I thought it'd be more. I thought it'd be more than that.
hmm
It's like it's the mindset. People who
it's the
understand
mindset.
the type of document that they have and they know the importance of the document, they will pay they will have no problem paying your
No
fee
problem.
because they know they need to get this done. It's fine if people want to shop around. I've had people call me, say, okay, that's too expensive. Guess what? 2 days later, they call me again. Yeah, I called you
Mhm.
the other day. Yeah, what's up? You trying to book
Mhm.
now? What's going on?
Yeah. Absolutely right. Hey, and then when they
Uh,
call you back, hey, the price just went up. I mean, I'm just gonna be blunt about it, man. Don't let anyone discourage you from your fees or your fees. And whatever your fees are, whatever you are comfortable with charging. I'm not here to bully anybody or tell anybody that hey, don't accept this fee. Or if that works for you, that works for you. But I just know
exactly.
what works for me and what I need to work for me in order for me to have my business the way I want it. I probably spent about on my first set of door magnets. I probably spent about I think like $60. I think, and they were
Gotcha.
small. I mean, man, you had to really get up on my car like this to even see the printing on my door magnets, man. And I was like, you know what, these door magnets, I need something that's gonna pop. So when I made a
Gotcha.
little bit more money, when you make money in this business, definitely put that money back into your business because you're gonna make that money back. So don't get discouraged from the fact of you haven't hit a certain goal this week or this month because it's gonna come. I live by the motto also. Why quit now when tomorrow might just be the day that you win? Why
Exactly.
give up now when tomorrow just might be the day that your business takes off? And back to what I was gonna say earlier, don't be afraid to go into banks and market to banks either. I was kind of discouraged myself, and I've been doing this for quite a while. I'm still a newlywed to this game and to this business, but I'm still a student as well too. I always remain a student to this business, but definitely go to banks and market your services. As I walked into a bank today, and they just so happen they don't have a notary on staff. The
Yep.
guy told me that, yeah, we usually send them, next door down the street or to UPS. He said, but definitely, he said, yeah, definitely, I'll take your business cards. And that was one of the first banks that I've walked into, and I've gone into several. I even gone
Yeah.
into the bank that I bank with, and they told me that that I couldn't leave my business cards there, this, that, and the other. I said, okay, no problem, and I kept it moving. But just know that when someone else tells you no, next opportunity, someone else will tell you yes. So I was
Mhm.
able to leave my business cards at a couple of banks today, actually, at a couple of
Nice.
banks, man. And they told me, yeah, whenever we get people here, because there are things that we can't notarize, and that was music to my ears. A light went off,
Yep.
ding.
Exactly.
So it was
Exactly.
like, man, I was like, you know what? I said that's a hidden gem. I said with this bank, I said so maybe I can go to some of their other branches too and hand out business cards, and maybe if I take some goodies in there, like I said, I'm not against taking out goodies into banks and title offices and real estate offices. Dominique, that's one thing about her that I noticed, man. She does a good job with the little marketing hack that she does
Mhm.
with the goodie bags and all of that, man. And those goodie bags, I mean, you can get some cheap stuff. You can go to Dollar Tree, Wally World, the dollar store, anywhere, and make up some goodie bags to help with your marketing and your promoting of your business.
Exactly.
But
Exactly. Looks
definitely
like
market to banks.
we have a question. I want to say it's a home saying, "How long you been in notary?" I've been in notary since 2017. And
And I've been a
Sherry,
notary since 2019.
got you. Nice. And Sherry said, "Do you usually get paid at the time of signing, or do you handle invoice?" Well, with that, depend because we all know if you are going to signing services, you have a net 30. You have to wait 30 days for
Mhm.
you to get paid.
Or some
However,
some are 45.
geez, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so read the fine print in regard to when they pay you. But if you are just doing general notary work, you have the option of either asking for a deposit because that's what I do now. I ask you for a 50% deposit, and I also give them the option to pay the full payment.
Mhm.
So with that 50% deposit, that secure your appointment. You can call me, say, hey, you know what? I want to book an appointment. Great. We require a deposit. And if you cancel that deposit within a certain amount of time frame, the deposit is non-refundable.
Mhm.
So you have to figure out what works for you. And a lot of people are using different payment processors. Like you have to treat your business like a business. A lot of people use
Yeah.
Stripe. PayPal. Some people still
Square.
use Square, Cash App, Venmo, whichever, whatever is working for you. Just make sure that if you are going to treat it as a business, just know that certain things you as far as I know, like Cash App, you might not want to accept payment to Cash App. Don't make it your main payment processor
Mm-hmm.
because you need something that if you go down the line where you want to build business credit, that you can have a tracking record. And if Cash App has, I want to say they have, I think they have like a business. I'm not sure because I stopped using them for invoice like that. And
Mm-hmm.
not only Cash App, Venmo. If you're using Venmo, make sure you set your settings to private because if you did not set it to private, when somebody pays you, anybody on your phone contact that has Venmo can see that. So if you charging somebody for mobile notary, you charge them $35, right? Then you get another client who call you back and they're using Venmo as well, and you tell them 45. And once they go to pay you, they can see your payment history,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them will reach back. Hey, you charged this last person 35. You charging me this? You know what I mean? So that's the hack with Venmo. Set it to private, so where when you receive payment, no one on your contacts able to see. Because I can go through Venmo right now and I can tell you which one of my friends is paying who's paying which services because they don't have it. They don't have it in private. They have it in public mode. So it's stuff like that you need to be aware of. I can tell you who paid for dog sitter last week.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, and
So
what I do when I take payments or like you said, Matthew, with invoices, it just depends on who you have to invoice. I use Notary Gadget for my back office stuff to keep track of all of my appointments. It automatically adds it to my calendar
yep,
on my iPhone and everything, man. So that's been a major help too. You don't have to go out and spend all this thousands of dollars to use QuickBooks
no,
and all of that. It doesn't take all of that. It doesn't.
no.
So if
There's
anybody tells
levels
you
to it.
that you have to have QuickBooks software, you don't. Uh, Notary Gadget works just fine, and it's only $9.99 a month. I mean, you make that back 20 times over. But that's what I use is Notary Gadget to keep up with all of my back office stuff, and I'm logging all of my appointments. It keeps track of your money that you've made, your P&Ls, and I mean the whole 9 yards. So that's Notary Gadget is a big help. And
Exactly.
one other hack that I want to put out there, Jim, that I want to drop for y'all is for your Google My Business page. When you ask for reviews, please ask for reviews with every customer you come in contact with. Because if you don't ask, closed mouths don't get fed. So if
Nope.
you don't ask, you won't get those reviews. And that's one hack that will definitely boost your business and put you at the top of the page on Google search engines, on SEOs, man, is
You're right
responding to
about
those. When
that.
you get those reviews, respond to them. And
Yes.
one hack about responding is if your business is called Brian's Mobile Notary Service, when someone leaves your review, respond to them with your business name so Google can catch that algorithm, so that algorithm can catch those keywords and it'll know that you're a mobile notary service. That's one
Yes.
hack that I've learned that I've taught myself that it really works, man. And it's been a blessing for my business. It's been a major blessing for my business every time that I respond, man. Hey, I'm glad that I was able to take care of your documents, take care of your vital documents today, and thank you for choosing
Always.
Rush Hour Mobile Notary as your go-to notary service for all of your notary needs. And I look
Yeah.
forward to doing business with you again in the near future. That's pretty much almost verbatim what I say when I respond to a review that's left on my Google My Business page.
Yeah, that is key because that also shows that you care about your customers. That
Yeah.
just like they care, they appreciate your service as much for them to leave you a review. You took the time out and you went back and respond. Most of the time, they will not even see your response. But I have had clients who end up liking the response. You see what I mean? So some clients will be paying attention and definitely responding to your Google reviews is key. Like I have like Hold on, I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. I have 161 reviews, and
That's good.
I've replied to all of them. You know, like if you're not able to do it the same day, the next day, go in there
Yes.
and just like Sahara says, include the name of your business because that's going to help you so much. And trust me, you're gonna want that repeat customer. And there's nothing more satisfying than repeat customers in the notary industry.
And one thing I'll say too is when I started upping my prices, uh, I had one lady call me, and like you said a little while ago, Matherin, someone called you and you gave them your fee, and they were like, "Oh, I thought it was going to be more than that. That's great. When can we meet?" So that was music to my ears, man. And they've been a lifelong customer. They've been a lifelong customer with me, man, and hey, it's been a major blessing to get that repeat business when
It
you
is.
are providing world class service to your clients.
Yeah.
Provide the best service possible. You want to stand out from any notary within a 15-mile radius in your service area, or a 25-mile radius for that matter. Um,
Yep. If you want to know, you know, how to price, look, when I was starting out, my wife was calling around. Like that was her trick. Call around to see
that's what you do.
what everybody else
Yep.
is charging, then price based on your market. Because if somebody's charging, let's say somebody's charging $75 for
Hmm.
a divorce document. We're just using that as an example. I'm not giving you any legal advice here. So go on about your business about that.
Yeah.
So you need legal advice, contact your attorney. So the disclaimer is out there. So if somebody's charging $75 for a divorce document and you haven't done your market research, and that same person who called the other notary that's charging 75, and they call another person tell them, okay, I'll do it for 65. Then they call you, you say, okay, I'll charge you $35. You see how much money you're missing?
Hmm.
Versus if you know what other notaries in your area are charging, you can just, hey, somebody's charging 75, this one's charging 65. Maybe I'll come in maybe at 60, or maybe 65 as well. Versus where you don't know what they are charging, you got 75, 65, and you tell them $35,
Hmm.
and you're traveling to them. You see, so it's important to do your market research, know what's going on in your area, and look. Sometimes I'll Google notaries in my area just
Yes.
to see if there's any new notaries that's coming in. Just to see, I'll check out their reviews to see what their clients are saying about them, and that way I know, okay, somebody else is out there. This is what they are doing, and guess what? I'm gonna make sure I keep doing what I'm doing, educating myself. You have another question. Is there a maximum notary fee set by the state?
Maximum notary fee set by the state. Uh, Once again, it depends on what state you're in. In Texas, we can charge $6 per stamp. And then there's some other little fine tuning in there where it's like 50 cents for depositions for 100 words per 100 words, or what have you. I don't really get too tedious with the way that I charge, my fees. But as long as you are within your state's guidelines, then and you can pretty much charge, whatever convenience fee works for you.
Yep.
I'm not telling you what to charge, but you have to, charge what works for you. If you say, okay, well, I'm in Virginia or wherever, and our state law say that we can only charge $5 per stamp. Okay, well, $5, and then you say, well, okay, this person is only 15 minutes away from me, so well, I'm just going to charge them $20 or $25. So in all, $30 for that notarial act, or however many notarial acts there are.
Yep.
Uh, Prime example, I had a guy call me yesterday that wanted to utilize my services, and I asked him, where are you located, and what type of documents do you have, and how many signatures and stamps do you need? So he told me, well, I gave him a fee first, and then he
Yep.
said, "Will that be for everything?" And I said, "Well, how many documents do you have?" and he said, "Well, I have about 8 to 10." I said, "Well, do all 8 to 10 of those documents need signatures and stamps?" And he said, "Yes." So I said, "Okay, well, it'll be this much." And so I did the calculations in my head. I'm like, okay, well, at $6 per stamp, if you want to get tedious about it, you know, seven stamps, hey,
Yeah.
that's music to my ears, plus the convenience fee. I'm thinking like, okay, so then when I told him what the fee would be total for everything, he said, "Oh no, never mind, that's too much." I said, "Okay, no problem." He said, "Yeah, I'll call around and try somebody else." Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
And
And
left
and,
it at
and
that and
that's gonna
keep moving.
and that's gonna happen. One thing I've seen that worked for me, just have a flat rate.
Yeah.
Have a flat rate, like a range where, in my area, this is what this is my flat rate for my area here based on the type of documents. And so that way, because you already know what your state notarial fee, you already know what that is. So if you have a flat rate, make you a lot easier. So that way you're not calculating while somebody's on the phone with you. Hey, somebody called me. Hey, I need this. I'm over here. I need this type of document. I have an ID. All right, that's $75 including me traveling and everything. Or
Mhm.
that's $50. Just start create a flat rate, a range where if I'm within my county, these type of documents based on the location, this is what I'm charging. If I am traveling outside my county, this is my rate. Because look, some state notaries can get $1.50, $2, $3. You ain't making a living off of that. That's why those
Nope.
state allows you to charge a convenience fee. See what I mean?
Mhm.
So if you can find what works for you and what is what's possible within your market, you will be fine. Griff is saying, I don't believe Virginia can charge a convenience fee. I'm not
Virginia's.
sure.
I'm
I'm
not
not
sure
sure about
about
Virginia.
Virginia either. Yeah. I just use it as an example. But in Texas, we can charge a convenience fee, and that's why I don't think I'll ever move out of Texas as long as I'm a notary. As long as I'm a notary, I don't think I'll ever move out of Texas because that's one thing that they even told me through the NNA. And I will say this, that they did tell me, when I was getting, my business plan together and, asking about, just different things that I'll need as far as supplies. And the representative, she told me, she said, look at it this way. She said, you're investing in yourself, you're investing in your business. She said, and the good thing about it, you're in Texas. Y'all can pretty much charge what you want.
Hmm.
I was like, what? I said, can you?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "Y'all can pretty much charge, if as long as your clients agree to, whatever fees you charge, as long as you
Yep.
are within your guidelines." She said, "You can pretty much." She said, "You're gonna make your money back." She's like, "So whatever you spend out on your business, whether it be for your notary uh, journal, your stamp,
Yep.
pens, paper, whatever." She said, "You're gonna make that back." And I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, "Wow."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's I think
Grief said we can do travel fee. Okay, travel fee, yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much. I believe it's pretty much the same in Mass.
Same thing as convenience fee.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, look, man, it's been one heck, it's been one heck of a show. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I appreciate everybody
And I'm
that
gonna be
is
starting
still
my
active.
YouTube channel pretty soon
Ooh,
too.
all
So
right, all right.
I
Look,
got some good stuff coming, man. Not just about notary work, but it will be some notary work and notary gems and hacks in there too. So stay on the lookout for Rush Hour Notary's YouTube channel coming soon, talking to you about notary work, life, love, marriage, and relationships.
that's it.
It's gonna be
That's
hot.
it. That is going to be hot. And for those of you who on IG, I appreciate you guys tuning in as well. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me this favor: subscribe to Matter and Notary Services on YouTube, and don't forget to like the videos either. So I always ask this before we close out. I'm not sure if you're a reader or if you had a book that had an impact on you or your business. What type of book what's that one book would you recommend to anybody?
Oh man, the one book that I would recommend. would be and it's been a game changer for me too. Is Bill Soroka's book Sign and Thrive, uh, How to Make Six Figures as a
Mm.
notary signing agent. Yeah, that book there alone, and the mindset of Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you
Yep,
haven't read Rich Dad Poor Dad, if you haven't hey, get that book too as well. There are some key things in both of those books, Sign and Thrive by Bill Soroka, that will open your eyes and change the game for your notary business. Definitely.
absolutely. Yeah, now as far as one of the books I always recommend is Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil, Your Keys to Freedom. And
Oh, okay. I heard of that one. I need to get that.
yeah, that book I try to read it at least once a year, and it was a game changer. And we also have, as far as what you call it, I actually have some books. Oh, here you go. I'll show you exactly how I look like. Show you exactly how I look like.
Oh,
So yeah,
the Divine Right is a good book as well too.
that's
Divine
a book.
Right.
Divine, right?
Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the
Then,
Devil.
and then right now I am about to start this one. What makes the great great? It's the one I'm about to start next.
Okay, what makes the great great?
All right. So as far as education is key, self education is key. Look, you can never
Man,
stop learning.
yes.
You can never
Can
stop
never
growing.
stop learning. That is definitely a plus. You can never stop learning in this business. Um, and when you gain knowledge from someone else, don't be afraid to lend that knowledge to someone else who's reaching out. You don't have
Exactly.
to. I'm not saying not to charge, but I'm also saying you don't have to charge for everything. You
Yeah.
give somebody some information, you don't have to charge them all the time. Hey, definitely make your money, but don't just give out a lot of free information all the time. But do something that's feasible. Pay it forward. I'll say that. Pay it
Absolutely.
forward. Definitely
Ab-
pay it forward because you'll
Absolutely.
you you'll be surprised how far that'll take you in this business. And I've always said I say too that you know when they say that it's oversaturated, it's all cap. There's enough there's enough business out here for everybody.
Yep.
Oh, and one thing I want to leave you guys with is when you get those calls, when you have people calling your business line, from Google, uh, trying to sell you this third party stuff about, hey, I
Don't
can
do
get you on the front page of Google. You know what I do? Meet Mr. Dowtone. Click.
it. Yep. Don't do it.
I
Don't
hang up
do it.
quick because I found out, man, that I wasted quite a few $100s, man. Uh, I'm not gonna say how much because my wife gets on to me about this every time. She said, "I don't know why you sit there on the phone and listen to these people talk." She said, "That's a sales pitch." She said, "You've been in sales before, and I've been in sales before. So why would you sit there and listen to these people pitching you stuff that are sales quotes, sales pitches, and you've heard this information over and over
Yep.
again?" So, they'll say, well, this is so and so calling from on behalf. They say on behalf of Google. Or they'll say, I'm calling from Google, and I'll say, oh, do you work with Google? So you're Google uh, affiliate. We're affiliated with Google. We're not actually Google. Okay, click. I don't want to hear nothing else
Yeah.
because there's nothing that I feel that you can do for me in my business that I'm not already doing and have done for myself. The reason why I show up first on Google in my area.
Exactly.
I have, and not to brag, but I have a blue badge, and I didn't even know what this blue badge meant. Not that it's just anything, just like that you just gotta hooray and celebrate.
Yep.
But I have a blue badge associated with my business on Google that just lets people know that hey, I'm a trustworthy business. I am a reputable company. That with my reviews, I've only got one bad review, and that's only because when I first got my Google My Business page, I was new and I didn't know any better. I
Yep.
had my home address on my Google Business page. That's a big no-no.
Yeah. Don't
You
do
don't want
that.
people just showing up to your house. Don't do that.
There's a
You
way
know,
to hide that. There's a way
yeah,
to hide
there's a
that.
way to hide that. Exactly. There is a way to hide that. So definitely you want to hone in on your Google My Business page and see what's working for you. See what's working. Look at all of your analytics across all the way across the board, and see that, okay, well, on this day I get such certain amount of calls, or I'm averaging
Yep.
about this many calls. But definitely when those people call you trying to sell you stuff, don't do it. I just had a situation a couple of weeks ago where I paid this company $200, and they're called Absolutely Media. That's Absolutely Media.
Okay.
They charged me $200 for uh so-called search engine optimization. You can do that stuff yourself. Trust me, you can do
Yeah.
it yourself.
Absolutely.
It's not hard. It's not hard. There are hacks. There are different
Yep.
hacks. If you want to know about them, reach out to me. I can help you, figure it out. We'll figure it out together. I can show you some of the different hacks that you can do, or you can just go to YouTube and look it up as
Yeah.
well. There
And
are different hacks out there with Google My Business.
if you're not trying to do that, reach out to Harris or reach out to Captivated Notary MS.
Yes,
Q
yes.
will get you right. Like I
Q will
said,
get you right.
we have something on Google My Business. Reach out to me. We are providing the service. So if you guys are trying to set up Google and getting your stuff done right, trust me, we are here to provide a service. So if you guys have any questions, reach out to us. Q is the
Q
man. If you're
Q
not
said,
following,
I
oh,
tell
I
them
just realized
I'm already number one in my area.
that's what you got to do.
I would
That's what
say
you
if
got to do.
you wouldn't be on my list. Yeah, you're right, Q. He say
That's
that
what they
they
say.
always say if you were, you wouldn't be on my list. I had one go look me up and saw I wasn't lying, and they hung up on me. Hey,
That is
I had that
crazy.
same thing happen too, man. A couple of
That's
months ago,
crazy.
somebody called me and were telling me that, well, you're showing up first on Google in this area. I said, well, that's all the area that I need. I don't need to show up number one somewhere 40, 50 miles away from me.
Yep.
That's not the business that I'm looking for. I'm not looking to go all over all over Dallas. I mean, even though I will service surrounding
Yep.
areas of Dallas, but what's within my range, my radius of my
Yep.
service area. As long as I
Exactly.
still got people out here in Plano, Frisco, and McKinney, and that search for notary near me, and they see Rush Hour Notary come to the top.
That's
Hey,
it.
that's all I need. That's
That's
all I
all that
need.
matters.
I
That's
don't need
all
to
that
get all
matters.
this other business out here about a Cowboys stadium because someone else is out there eating, So that term, like I said, oversaturated is cap. Don't
Yeah.
believe that. It's not oversaturated. It might be
Absolutely.
with some of the signing services now. Now, like with AmRock, because I just tried to get on again with AmRock, um, but they said that they are not accepting any new notaries in Texas right now. And that's okay with me because, like I said, if you are not honing in on general notary work, you sleep. Do not
Mhm.
sleep on general notary work. It will definitely get you, the
Oh
revenue
yeah.
that you're looking for, just like the signing appointments will. And you don't have to wait for net 30 or net 45 to get
Get paid
paid.
right there.
You get paid
You know,
right then on the spot, baby.
right
Run me my
there.
coins.
That's
I
it.
need my
Or
ducats.
yep. Or if you ask for payment up front, guess what? It feels better driving to the appointment when you know that you already been paid. And I just want
Yeah.
to piggyback off the Google My Business thing. There is a way that you can show up in multiple counties. That's how I'm able to do it. Look, if you want to know, you're gonna have to hit us up. Reach out to Captivated Notary MS.
Yep.
Like I said, we have it. We have it. We can get you set up right. Look, man, look, it's been it's been amazing. It's been amazing. I just want to
Yeah,
say I
man.
want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Q as always. Shout out to Griff. Griff is doing an amazing thing. If you're not following Griff, I highly suggest that you do so. The notary success system is out there, it's proven,
Yeah.
and it's only going to grow. LaShawn, the Notary Institution, always supportive, and everybody else, everybody that's constantly coming on the live, participating, reaching out to me. Look, you guys are greatly appreciated, and I thank you
Most
all. I wish you
definitely.
all much success.
Most definitely,
You know,
man. I appreciate you
y'all,
having me on your show, Mather, man. I look forward to, another interview later on down the line, man. And like I say, look out for my YouTube channel coming soon, man. Talking about notary work, general notary work, signing services, life, love, and relationships.
That's it. That's it. And then, as always, it's not about perfection. It's about taking consistent action. I always say
Consistency.
that. Just remind yourself that, and just stay focused. Stay on your path. Your journey is different. That's what makes you unique. And don't try to be like everybody else. You know.
Oh, one other thing.
Ooh, go ahead and drop it.
One other thing. Uh, this company that I paid that $200 to, I took that up. I chopped it up as a loss. That's money gone, water under the bridge.
Yep.
Um, but they had my phone calls crossed up with another notary all the way in Yonkers, New York for a
Oh,
week straight. Yeah, this is
jeez.
crazy. Listen at this. For a week straight, I didn't get any phone calls. None. My phone was dry as the Sahara Desert.
Jeez.
And I was wondering why I'm not getting any phone calls. My wife was like, "You haven't been real busy this week." She said, I'm telling you, it's something that they did with your business information. The reason why you're getting calls from Yonkers, New York. And I mean, I was getting calls, like the calls were coming in, it just were not calls here in Texas.
I
But
got
my
you.
phone was dry from not getting calls here in Texas, and I was getting calls all the way from Yonkers, New York. I mean, they were coming in back to back to back like this, and I was amazed. I said, "Something's going on." I said, "Something's not right." I said, "I keep getting calls from Yonkers, New York." One guy called me, said, "Yeah, I'm looking to get an affidavit notarized, this, that, and the other. Um, how soon can you come out?" I said, "Where are you located?" He said, "What do you mean, where am I located?" He said, "I'm in Yonkers, New York." I said, "Oh." I said, "Well, I can't service you." I said, "I'm in Texas." He said, "What?" He said, "How am I reaching you all the way in Texas?" I said, "I have no idea." I said, "But I'm not able to service you." I said, "I'm sorry." He said, "Oh, no problem, man." He said, "But at least you're getting exposure all the way out here in New York." But it was something that they did
Yep.
that deterred that altered my traffic with their business, and that was a no-no for me. After that,
I
I
got
sent
you.
them a little hot email real quick, and hey, I'm done with your services. Cancel my subscription. I don't want any more parts of you guys. And hey, I'm done with it. You don't have to worry about me calling. You don't have to worry about calling me anymore. And I
Yep.
will not call you. I will definitely not call y'all because, well, I didn't call y'all in the first place.
Got you.
But
Got you.
yeah,
Nice.
so and the lady from Yonkers, New York, was getting calls from Texas.
Oh yeah, they
And
did. Yeah,
her
they definitely
yeah,
screwed that up.
her and I talked last week, one day last week, week before last, I believe it was on a Friday or Saturday. I was actually on my way to a towing company to go do a VSF vehicle release form, and she called me. She said, "Are you the owner of Rush Hour Notary?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "Well, I've been getting a lot of calls from Texas." She said, "Have you been getting a lot of calls from
Yeah.
New York?" I said,
Uh huh.
"Yeah." And so her and I talked for about an hour, man, and got this thing figured out. She sent them an email while we were on the phone, man, and canceled her
That's what's
subscription as
up.
well. And I
That,
kid you not, when I canceled my subscription, my phone calls started back rolling in like a roller coaster.
nice, nice. That is awesome, man. Look, it's been amazing, man. We've been on here for about an hour and a
An
half.
hour and a
Like
half.
look, we just been chopping it up. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you taking the time out tonight and joining. Look, I look forward to getting some more stuff with you. And just like I told you earlier, in regard to that real estate thing, man, send me those leads, man. That's
Hey,
another
bro,
way.
I got you, man. I
That's
got you,
another way
bro.
that we can make some money, because I do virtual wholesaling as well. So you send me those leads in your area. I put in the research. If we get it, we buy it, we close. You get your referral fee, man. Like there's other ways to make money,
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
There's always loopholes to eat. Definitely. Yeah.
oh yeah. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great night. If you guys are going out tonight, be safe,
Be
and
safe.
just enjoy
Yes.
your life and enjoy your life, and pay attention to your surroundings at all time. That's
Yeah,
all I
and
had to
don't
say.
and don't give up because tomorrow just might be the day that you win, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and Matthew, once again, man, brother, appreciate you having me, bro. I
No
appreciate it.
problem. No problem, my man. Hope you guys have a good night. Be safe.
All right, likewise.
All right.